Good morning, dear students. In part 1 of the same chapter, we have dealt with the first part, that is his first flight. Today, in this video, second part of this story we are going to deal, that is the black aeroplane. As your previous chapter was the story of courage, the story of self-respect. Courage actually we all have, but it is up to us when we are capable to muster up, to collect it and do the desired task what is expected from us. Let's start this story. This is also a courage, but surely the type of the courage varies. The moon was coming up in the east behind me, and stars were shining in the clear sky above me. This is the story of a pilot, and he is in his aeroplane at this time, and it is the night time. He is there in his flight, and what are the emotion he is going to meet with his family, what are the problem he has to overcome during his journey, and how with courage he was capable to survive from the problems. There was not a cloud in the sky. See, most of the time our journeys depends on weather. But when he had started this journey, the time the stars were shining, the moon was also coming up, and there was not a single piece of cloud in the sky, meaning that was a very good night for flight or for journey. And he was a pilot. I was happy to be alone, high up above the sleeping countryside, because that time the entire city, entire people were sleeping because that was night time. I was flying my old Dakota. This is the name of the aeroplane. The pilot was flying aeroplane over France back to England. I was dreaming of my holiday and looking forward to being with my family, because he was going to have the weekends and he was just thinking that the moment this journey would complete, he would be there with his family, he would enjoy his holidays. I looked at my watch, 1:30 in the morning. So that was 1:30 in the morning, 1:30 a.m. So he was expecting very soon he would be with his family. I should call Paris control soon, I thought. As I looked down past the nose of the aeroplane, I saw the lights of a big city in front of me. I switched on the radio and said, "Paris control Dakota DS-088. Here, can you hear me? I am on my way to England." Over. He sent one radio message by telling that he was just about to reach England very soon. So this was the message he sent through the control room. The voice from the radio answered me immediately. The moment he sent message, he got message, "DS-088, I can hear you. You ought to turn 12 degrees west now, DS-088 over." And he got some instructions to turn. I checked the map and the compass, switched over to my second and last fuel tank, and turned the Dakota 12 degrees west towards England. He followed the instruction and he switched on the last fuel tank. He had only one fuel tank left, and he just arranged the compass as far as the instructions he got towards England, because he was going towards England. I will be in time for breakfast, I thought. A good big English breakfast. Everything was going well. It was an easy flight. The pilot was very confident that very soon he would be among his family members. he would enjoy, because that was around 1:30 a.m. So he was expecting very soon he would have breakfast with his family, and that breakfast would be hale and hearty because the entire family would be all together. And initially that flight seems to be easy enough. Paris was about 150 kilometers behind me. He was coming from Paris, so he had left Paris for 150 kilometers. When I saw the clouds, at the beginning of the journey, the clouds were nowhere. The stars were shining, the moon was there in the sky, but now he saw clouds, storm clouds. They were the stormy clouds. They were huge, big. They looked like black mountains standing in front of me across the sky. I knew I could not fly up and over them, and I did not have enough fuel to fly around them to the north or south. Now he calculated his things. He knew that clouds were there, but he could not change the way, meaning he could not take a round. He could not cross the cloud because lack of fuel was there. His last fuel tank he had already started. He did not have any other way just to go in between the clouds. So the journey, what seems to be very easy and comfortable, he was so happy to meet with his family members very soon, is going to become a difficult one. I got to go back to Paris, I thought, but I wanted to get home. I wanted that breakfast. So now his mind, his brain was also asking him to go back to Paris, because in this condition it was very difficult for him to complete the journey without any trouble. But his heart was thinking for the family. His heart was thinking for this reunion, for his breakfast, what he would get. I will take the risk. This is the courage he had shown, I thought, and flew that old Dakota straight into the storm. He thought, no, he was not going to surrender. He was not going to yield in front of the situation. He thought he would surely going to take this risk. Then what had happened with him, with his courage, he was capable to complete it. For that you have to read the story very well.